Hello, and welcome to Mindfulness is Life podcast. I am Mika Mitchell, your host and your mindfulness guide. This podcast is a place where you can come and hopefully get guidance to navigate life in a mindful, non-judgmental, aware, and living your intentions in each moment kind of way. So join me, your mindfulness guide, on this Mindfulness is Life journey. I am a naturally curious person, so expect I may have more questions than answers, but ultimately you get to decide what answers work best for you. In this episode, I'll be asking a fundamental question: why mindfulness? In future episodes, we will unpack more about living a mindful life, and I hope you will continue to allow me to be your mindfulness guide, and together we can learn different ways to address the complexities of life in a mindful way. So take a moment to think about your current state of existence. Are your schedules overflowing? Do you have demands pulling you in every direction? And add to that, is your mind racing with anxieties and to-do lists, trying to meet expectations or standards that you or others have set for you? In this whirlwind, why dedicate even a moment to self, to simply be? Because there's so much that needs to be done. Why dedicate a moment to self, to simply be? The answer lies in the power of awareness. And why not? Mindfulness isn't about escaping reality, it's about embracing it and being gentle and having a non-judgmental lens, accepting the realities. And imagine yourself standing on a mountaintop, not lost in the fog of worries, but watching all the concerns and issues that surround you. Mindfulness offers a tool to help you practice quieting the noise and the busyness and tune into the present so that you don't lose sight of it. We do that through mindfulness, through our breath work, through body scans, guided mindfulness exercises, and most importantly, taking moments for reflection. And in our breath work, it is important to focus on your breath at any moment in time. You observe your inhale and your exhale. You feel the rise and fall of your chest and the movement in your stomach. Your breath work will anchor you in the present moment. And in this exercise, we will be practicing a breathing exercise together. And then there's body scans. You allow yourself to get a detailed check-in. Gently guide your attention through your body, noticing sensations without judgment. And this cultivates self-compassion and helps reduce stress. A body scan is all about noticing what's going on, being objective about it, not judging it, because it is what it is. And then there are also guided mindfulness exercises. These are the exercises that will help train your mind to focus on the present, like watching a leaf floating along on a stream. The leaf might be your thoughts as they come and go. And these exercises will help you foster loving kindness for inner peace and clarity. And that most important part that I talked about before, don't ever forget about these moments of reflection. Taking the time to non-judgmentally process what you noticed. What you notice while practicing your breathing, what you notice through your body scan, what you notice through guided mindfulness exercises. As you reflect, decide how you will be more mindful in the future. You want to have the existence that you desire. And so in your reflection, you can make those changes the next time. So for example, I notice that every time I need to have a difficult conversation, I feel anxious and dread, and I feel it in my stomach. And I remind myself in my reflection that, you know what, 3 deep mindful breaths help me. They help me to release the tension that I'm feeling. And then I need to commit that when I need to have a difficult conversation in the future, I have to take 3 deep breaths, do a body scan to determine if maybe I even need to do more intentional breathing, more awareness to my breath. And that will allow me to show up in the ways that I want to. And so prior to any difficult conversation, let me do this to help minimize me holding on to any feelings of negative stress or resisting the fact that I need to have this difficult conversation. And with this plan and these steps of action and success, I can have effective difficult conversations, holding kindness and holding space for where the discussion will go, then maybe it won't be as bad as I feared. And so join me with this. We're going to do our first mindfulness exercise in this series. And if you are in a place where you can give your attention to your breath, please join me. If not, please pause and come back to this exercise. Your safety comes first. But we will start this exercise by getting in a comfortable upright position, straightening your spine and softening the rest of your body. And you can close your eyes or gaze into the distance. Allow yourself to bring your attention to your breath. And without changing how you're breathing in any way, just notice how your breath flows into and out of your body. Keep this relaxed position and open your attention to your breath. And don't worry if your mind wanders, this is natural. It happens to us all. Simply observe where your mind is wandering and then kindly invite your attention back to your breath. And take a moment to reflect on the power of the breath. It can seem like a simple movement of energy, but we sometimes take it for granted. But the breath holds the potential for life, for peace, for power and insight. And as you're breathing, remember that your inhale, it begins at the nose or your mouth. It moves slowly through your lungs. There will be a slight pause at the end of your inhale, and that's where your body is transitioning to exhaling. And that exhale begins in the lungs and moves through the body and ends when the breath comes back out, and the cycle will start again and again. As you inhale and exhale, observe each of these subtle phases of breath. And observe how they feel to you. And if you can expand your awareness to encompass the entire body, noticing what parts of your body are moving while you're breathing, and maybe where you don't feel any movement. And as we come to the end of this mindfulness exercise, you're going to gently move your attention to the floor or whatever surface is supporting you, grounding yourself to where you are physically, and then open your eyes and give your attention back to what you were focusing on before. And take a moment to reflect on what you noticed when you took the time and focus on your breath. Come back to this exercise as many times as you need to practice your breath awareness. And these practices, just like any skill, require nurturing. And you will have moments of failure and moments of success, but know that the reward can be profound and it is so worth the effort. Mindfulness has been shown to reduce anxiety and stress. Mindfulness helps you respond to challenges calmly and constructively. Mindfulness has been shown to improve focus and attention. You'll find yourself less scattered, more present in your work and in your relationships. We could all use more of that. Mindfulness has been shown to assist people in having greater self-awareness. You'll develop a deeper understanding of your thoughts, your emotions, and your needs. And mindfulness has been shown to allow people to have enhanced empathy and compassion. You'll connect with yourself and others in a more meaningful way. And it absolutely starts with self first. A little bit about my mindfulness journey. I started my mindfulness journey participating in mindfulness exercises with my oldest child. And even though I didn't start this journey for myself, I quickly realized I needed to do this more frequently for me and my well being. Through constantly participating in mindfulness exercises, I found I was better able to identify when my emotions were not regulated. And even further, I have learned to stop in the moment and check in with myself to see where that emotion is resting in my body and name what I'm feeling. And there's power in that, right? Sometimes we feel unsettled, but we don't even know like, why am I agitated? Well, take a moment, find where it is in your body, and then name it. My mindfulness self work has allowed me to show up in the world as I intend, and I intend to show up with kindness because I believe that that is something that we can all use more of. You just never know what people are going through. And with time and attention, you too can live a mindfulness life. It would be my honor if you would allow me to be your mindfulness guide to assist you along the way. If you enjoyed this episode or if I piqued your curiosity, do me a favor and subscribe to this podcast to join me as your mindfulness guide on this Mindfulness is Life journey. At any point in this journey, you can stop and take the time to process and do your self work. Rejoin us when you're ready. We will be taking different paths and turns to explore how we can live a life of kindness, present awareness, and non judgment. Sometimes I believe we could use more examples of how to actually do this, and hopefully you will find that here. If you have specific questions on how to incorporate mindfulness into your life, send a mindful inquiry. I will share the questions on future episodes, and my hope is this Mindfulness is Life community will assist in giving guidance and support. The more examples we have, the more successful we can be. So as you navigate the chaos of life, remember mindfulness isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the power to choose where you want to place your attention. And in doing so, you get to transform how you see the world and how you experience the world. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you will continue to be a part of this Mindfulness is Life community.